Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We've got MaxPax in the bottom right of the map representing Storm Gaming. He's going for that gate scout that he's famous for up against ByuN in the top left. Not scouting at all, also famous for that. It's a matchup we've seen so many times. Now, ByuN does tend to get the better of MaxPax, but they go back and forth, and I feel like every time ByuN knocks MaxPax to the ground, MaxPax gets back up and stabs him in the guts, and then ByuN kicks him to the floor and throws him down, breaks his arm. And then MaxPax somehow wraps his thighs around his head like, what was her name in GoldenEye? Ivana Humpalot, right? I always think that's like the satire Austin Powers name, but then I remembered that the Austin Powers name was like a lot of vagina or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, point being that basically they trade blows. I do think ByuN has about a 60% win rate versus MaxPax, but definitely some back and forth, and it does feel very strategic in terms of their build choices. So what I mean by that is how they choose to open up, and little adjustments here and there often lead to crushing victories for one player or the other. We don't see a lot of super close back and forth games. A best of three will have usually one of those, and one or two games where they both just destroy each other based off of kind of build orders and brutally catching each other off guard. And once they get an advantage, they're both very quick to pounce on it. You know, MaxPax takes a bit too much damage early game. ByuN will just push in between his bases and take him out, or drop the main while attacking the top at the same time and see how it goes. Alright, Adept's coming forward. We'll see Command Center on the high ground. Nice safe opening for ByuN. This is basically a nothing will screw with my opening build. But MaxPax sees that this is a number of units that does beat him in a head-to-head, so of course, apologies for the observing, guys. Just had to use my keyboard for a second. Other hand was busy for a sec. But yeah, he sees what's up, pulls back, gets a hit on the Marine. It's not a lot, but he doesn't take any real damage either. So he can regen his shields. Medevac is on the way, and a Cyclone. Okay, so this is ByuN's blind counter to Stargate build. He has no scouting, but he's assuming it's Stargate. I believe he did this last week versus MaxPax as well, or maybe a different Protoss player. Maybe it was Showtime. I remember talking to a Protoss player who got beaten by a Terran and being like, man, he really just gambled on doing a Cyclone Marine push without even confirming you were going Stargate. He just kind of assumed. And they were like, yep, yeah, that was kind of nasty, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah, it's crazy. Ooh, maybe it was Clem, actually, who did that, not ByuN. Oh, Phoenix here, poking on around. There is another Phoenix out, so he sees the push coming. Now, you're going to be very careful to keep these Phoenix alive. Shield battery's on the way. Because he has two gates and a robo, I think he's okay. But you don't want to take these lock-ons, mate. You got to be careful. Oh, that's so bad. Oh my god, he almost loses a Phoenix. This is what I was talking about. Just be careful. Once you see him pushing out like this, you know he's going to push into you as MaxPax. It's better to just be overly cautious than to take too much damage here. And it looks like ByuN wants to try to elevate, but nope, there we go. Stalkers warping in should defend this. The fact that there's 4 gases and an 8 worker advantage is really, really nice for MaxPax. The battery, he should be just fine here. The lock-on, very cautious, but is there a third Cyclone? There is! Oh my god, ByuN is supply blocked though, a big supply block. Okay, it does actually break after a few seconds. The depot finishes. Only 3 Phoenix can't really beat this. He can try, but he's got to be careful, mate. He sees more units rallying in, so he knows ByuN's continuing to be aggressive. ByuN's best bet here is probably to wait till the third Cyclone and see, because MaxPax is like, are you really committing or not? It's very hard for him to judge, but because he saw a second Cyclone rallying, he should know to basically just stay 2 base for a little while. Get a Forge even potentially before the third, but actually no, he starts his third base. I remember Maru doing a push like this versus Skillus and saying that even after losing his army, he was ahead because he delayed the Protoss third a long time. MaxPax seems to be worried about the same thing. Phoenix coming in. They're going to pick off just a single SCV. Oh my god, double lock-on micro. Good for ByuN, but doesn't quite get that much damage. Looks like maybe only one of the lock-ons connected. The Liberate is going to be a pain in the butt. Oh, 2 Marines. That's a juicy. But look at this. The Liberate is going to push only as he sees the Phoenix are kind of engaged at the front. But oh, he sees it! He sees it! MaxPax noticed that. He's got good eyeballs. He spots it. The Phoenix is going to gun down the Lib. This is huge. That's huge. He's got 6 Phoenix, a 7th one on the way. If he gets the Colossus out, this can't do anything. ByuN has to fall back. And now ByuN is like, well, I guess I'm going to start my stim 6 minutes into the game. MaxPax has a free pass to probe up that third. Oh, ByuN seeing that cannot be happy. He's like, wait, your third base is finishing? Oh god. He starts his third command center. I'm always impressed by Terrans to delay their third this long, to build such a big army, find no damage with it, and then still have pretty decent supply. But I do think this is the sort of game where, assuming they both trade evenly and there's no big mistakes for either side, I think MaxPax should be up in supply in the mid game, which is usually a disaster for the Terran. Now, the one thing that could go for Terran, if they're down in supply as well, if there's not much anti-air for Protoss, you can still outposition them and drop them. Yeah, that's 8 Phoenix. It's not going to happen. Loses a Marine there. Doesn't want to go in too deep with these Phoenix. Obviously, you're a bit paranoid about drops coming out, so you got to start building a Ring of Vision. That's why he's getting a pylon there. He's going to start building pylons down here. Wouldn't be surprised if he builds a pylon in the top right as well. Still no Observer. Now, this is something I'm a little critical of. When you're ahead as a Protoss player, squeezing an Observer out means you can't get out positioned and lose the game to a silly mistake where Terran catches you off. So far, it's been a perfect game. You're definitely ahead as MaxPax. If you squeeze an Observer in, you lose about 15, 23 seconds or something to build an Observer. It's not long. But that Observer seeing where that army's coming from, just siege it up out here somewhere, it's going to give you so much information, man. Oh, the Phoenix grab 1, 2, 3. 3 Marines. He even drops the last one because he doesn't want to trade any Phoenix for that. 4th Nexus on the way, and he's not going to bother with the gases, just probes. Oh, I love this play for MaxPax. He's got Mass Gateway coming in now as well, so he's going to go 8-gate charge Archon. Where's that Templar Archives? He doesn't have it yet. And as I say it, there it goes down. Oh, this is going to be a beastly setup for MaxPax. ByuN's looking dead in the water. He doesn't even have an upgrade, guys. Okay, oh no, his +1 just finished. He's got +1 armor now. But +1's not too far behind for MaxPax, which means there's a good chance the upgrades will be even when the fighting happens. Seems like a perfect game one. This is obviously ByuN's map pick as well, for those who don't know. Babylon's probably best TVP map in the pool, so... Royal Blood there's an argument for as well, or some people really like Gressven, though I disagree. Dragon Scales, I guess Dragon Scales, Royal Blood, and Gressven is really based on the player and what they prefer. Still building tanks, 5 siege tanks. He's building Vikings as well. Okay. Alright. This actually could work for ByuN if MaxPax overextends into this, but... Oh, Zealot Warping in the main. Where are those Vikings, son? They're a little slow to get over there. And oh my lord, he's going to attack the front at the same time. Here we go. Zealots need to go. He's got to commit. He's got to commit. The Zealots, if they get on top of those tanks, this is game over. But actually, he picks up the tanks. I don't know about that decision, guys. He's got to start dropping them so he can kill them with his Zealots and Immortals, I believe. But actually, the Phoenix, there's so many, he could even kill the tanks. Never mind. That's a lot of Phoenix. And beautiful opening here for MaxPax. I thought he was being a little greedy when he took his third, but it turns out it was just right, mate. And he just goes into ByuN's house, kicks in the door, and eats all of his porridge. ByuN angrily does come home. Daddy Bio from the main base that was dealing with the Zealots up there. Clean that up. Those 2 medevacs go down. Keeps 5 Phoenix alive. Beautiful trades there for MaxPax. You might be like, well, he lost all his Colossus. He did. And the unit's lost tab is now even, whereas he was ahead earlier. But he killed 22 workers. So the thing is, this pigeonholes ByuN into, like, I need to go do counter damage. Because if he wants to build SCVs, which, by the way, MaxPax, if he's clever, should see these SCVs rallying out and know they're being rebuilt. You know, it's going to be a hard road. MaxPax is going to take a 5th base anyway to continue. He's going to rebuild that count. He's got 1 Colossus, another one on the way. All the Vikings died. All the tanks died. Both sides lost their valuable units, and the Observer does see that 4th command center. Now, these Phoenix could go around the back. There's a turret in the main and the natural. 3rd base doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. It's got one in the mineral line. Oh, Beck gets the SCV on the command center. Gets a Ghost. Oh, EMP is a juicy one, but doesn't lose any Phoenix. Well played there. Up to 6 gases as well is MaxPax. He's got +2 attack and +1 armor, so he's gone into double forge. He's on 9 gateways. He's got a Zealot run by in the north. And did he just kill one of his own units? I don't know. Oh, this command center! ByuN didn't realize that the command center got dealt with, and he tries to scan for the Observer, but the Observer is twerking in the face of him. And does finally get taken out for its arrogance, but 2 scans? That's very expensive to take out an Observer. And look, even there, he scans to kill a single Cyclone. Now, the bad thing about this run by is it's going to remind ByuN that he didn't actually put these guys back to build on this command center. But ByuN is looking dead in the water right now. It's going to be one more big shove of Bio into mass Zealot Colossus. There's 25 Zealots on the map. There's 4 Phoenix, 5 Stalkers. Blink will be here to help deal with the Vikings, of which there are none. And with a 3rd Colossus out and Disruptor production starting, MaxPax is rearing and ready to go. Zealots ready to attack on the left side. The command center is now finally being built. Zealots on the top will hit the third as well. And double disruptor production. He's got the second robo. MaxPax is always famously slow to add the second robo. He prefers to make sure he's got enough gateway units, enough mobile stuff. And just the single robo production, he tries to use that in a very detailed, kind of elite manner to make sure he gets the job done. Doom drop for ByuN. ByuN says, okay, I mean, I'm probably screwed if I fight front on, but if I can force a base trade, I can make a naughty happen. MaxPax doesn't know about it. Now, remember, guys, I talked about observers earlier. MaxPax, he built one observer at one point, never rebuilt it. He's got a Dark Shrine and more gateways and a 6th Nexus on the way. ByuN is going to try to boost back and flank this army. I think going for the base trade was probably the better idea, to be honest. He's going to try and set it up. The Zealots will spot the flank coming. Zealots in the main as well. Nice moves from MaxPax here. The Zealots doing pretty good. You're going to have to micro that EMP on the Zealots, but man, the Bio is taking some big hits. Zealots come in. Bio in the third base trying to defend. SCVs have been pulled. Oh, God! Oh, the Disruptor Shot might save his bacon. Big Disruptor Shot there from Maximus. The turret is taking out the Colossus, though. Pretty good positioning. The Zealots are all derping on the whole position. SCVs, by the looks of it. The Colossus are all going down to Chad Gamer Missile Turret with 4 kills. That's a 4-kill missile turret. I believe 3 of them were Colossus, guys. That man in that turret, he's burning down. ByuN, save him! Don't let him burn! He did so much. He did so much for you. No, you know there's a man in there, guys. If you look closely, there's a man. There's a man. Well, at least he died a hero, but damn, man, there's less painful ways to go. Jeebus. Of course, MaxPax has this one in the bag, guys. ByuN is equal on army supply, though, so with perfect micro and the disruptors not landing, maybe 2-2 versus 1-1. 2-2's going to finish for Terran soon. It'll be equal upgrades. And Terran's ahead in army supply. MaxPax has 95 probes for some reason. He needs to keep backstabbing. I don't think he can fight this front on. I think he's got to fight at the batteries. I mean, baiting stims out is okay, but not when there's 10 medevacs. Okay, there's not that much actual firepower because there's 10 medevacs. The balls! ByuN hot dodges the first one. MaxPax, put it back in your pants, mate. Okay, he's continuing his Zealot backstab, which is the right way to do this. But he desperately needs to get these Colossus out. Okay, the 2 Colossus are out. He's got his +3 attack on the way. If ByuN finds a way to win this, that's going to be savage, man. That would be... I mean, obviously, look at the supply pig. I'm just hyping it up, guys. What can I say? I got so excited being like, maybe, just maybe. I didn't look at the supply. I also forgot 10 medevacs is too many. If he had like 5 or 6, it would have been all right. Have a bit more firepower there. But obviously, that was a perfect game for MaxPax. Just getting a bit excited today. What could I say? Well played, Maxi. All right, that was a very clean game. MaxPax down here in the bottom right now of Gressman. Looked up here for a proxy barracks with this probe. So he's a bit worried about what ByuN's got in store for him in game 2. ByuN going double gas. Shopify Rebellion for ByuN. Relative newcomers compared to Psystorm Gaming, but obviously hitting the scene with a bang. Shopify Rebellion picking up some of the most famous players in the world. Some of the best personalities and some of the most storied ones. People like Scarlet, ByuN. And I always get a little bit confused, but I'm pretty sure Harstam and Lambo are both on there, right, guys? I always get confused because some people were... Because I know Harstam was on Team Liquid, but then he swapped to Shopify, right? I think? I don't know, man. I get confused. I'm so bad with teams. I remember Team Liquid stole some of their players, but I think they're all good friends. Shopify and Team Liquid. Anyways. Ooh, nice Reaper catch. No attempt there. MaxPax going for the Adept. Battery in the main. Okay, cool. Old school. So he's saying, I think you're going to go low ground command center. I want to send that gateway across the map. Now, ByuN, of course, has no scouting until this Reaper. He's like, did you proxy me? That probe was a bit suspicious. But that Adept's going to cause him trouble. Low ground command center. He's going to have 2 Reapers. Actually, I don't know if the Adept can get there before the Hellions out. Yeah, I mean, 2 Reapers alone is kind of a conundrum if they're microed really well. I don't know. Get out of there. Get out of there, MaxPax. Once you see second Reapers, you have to shade backwards. He's going to try... Yeah, he has to do a bit of back and forth to make it harder for them to micro. But good bit of damage. Good bit of damage. Adept is wounded. She's going to pull back. I think when you're that wounded, you want to go home. I would argue you want to just go straight home. MaxPax is staying aggressive. I think he's just looking for a few hits on the Hellion. But definitely a dangerous one. ByuN's kind of hunting for him. But MaxPax pulls back. It looks like ByuN's playing a bit more cautiously. Widowmines are now on the way. 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers. Slight supply block for ByuN. Now, you could be like, what a baddie, he's so crap. How's he supply blocked? He hasn't really been supply blocked for more than a few seconds. These are minor supply blocks, where maybe that depot could have been 3 seconds faster. But you don't want to be building it 10, 20 seconds fast to the point where your other units are slowed down because you're wasting your money. But, oh my god, he gets it. Oh my god, he gets in a depth. If he can get another one right here, that'd be big. But, oh, nice shade forwards for it. MaxPax, he's got to pull the weak one back. The strong ones go forward. And there we go. He's going to take out this red hit point Hellion. The other one's pretty low in the orange. I like the split on the probes. Trying to get just a few more hits on it. One more hit will take it out. He's got to pull these probes south. Nice pullback from MaxPax. And, oh, no. Oh, you MaxPax, you gotta rotate. Okay. Tricky micro by ByuN. Does not find the mark. Third and fourth gateway going down very late here for MaxPax, guys. He was microing for a long time there. Those gateways are late. But off this opening, it's okay to be a bit late. You've dealt with a bit more fighting early game. You lost a probe or two. It's acceptable. Blink's going to be done in the near future, but Adept's moving across. This drop could actually be huge. He's warped in 2 Stalkers, and I think he'll have another warp in. Yeah, he's going to have enough Stalkers to deal with that. Let's see if ByuN can just get a little bit of damage and get out, because Blink is about 15 seconds away, so it's a very dangerous time to be here. The Adept's going to distract him, but it's also going to distract Maxi. And Stalkers! Oh god, 4 Stalkers! Oh no, ByuN! You don't want to lose that! Oh, good spready. Maximus, look at that. Takes out the Widowmine, almost takes out the drop. I mean, good handling, of course, by ByuN. And at the end of the day, ByuN doesn't lose an SCV. Very well played. ByuN's just going to go home with that. If he stays on this side of the map, he's crazy. I would have loved to see MaxPax send a single Stalker straight to the north and then just patrol it to try and catch it. But you can see he's a little... Yeah, he tried to go to the top right and he misses it. He lets it escape. If he'd moved it up here, 1 single Stalker shot kills the medevac, 6 Marines, that's 8 supply down. Would have been a big turn in his favor. As it is, though, ByuN's still looking a little bit naked at home. His production's poorly placed. He's not guarding the ledge. He's going to try and... That's too far forward. You can't siege the tank there, mate. If he just blinks up the ledge, he kills the tank. ByuN's playing a saucy game right now, guys. Tank does show from the high ground. MaxPax is using Prism Micro rather than Blink. That's kind of funny. I guess he's saving the Blink for a potential forward pounce. Interesting. Usually people use up Blink and then they start using the Prism for the pickups after Blink is used up and they're waiting for it to cool down. He took a lot of damage on the Stalkers. They're not dead, but he took some damage. I don't mind this move. Oh, good tank positioning for ByuN. Just wounding him. 1 or 2 SCVs, damaging things, making these units move forward. It's a lot of Marines, though. I feel like ByuN's defended this so well. The Observer sees everything. He's going to take out a tank. Doesn't lose any Stalkers. He's got to blink out of there. But a tank and a depot, I mean, these are good pickoffs. He could even grab 1 or 2 Marines, potentially. And actually, he decides to stay there. He's even warping in the main, guys. Oh, ByuN will siege up and get a Stalker or 2 if he's not careful. Oh my god! Careful, Maxi. Oh my god, he's getting SCVs on the natural, though. He's multitasking very well. Oh, pull out! MaxPax, put it in your pants! No! He needed to go behind the minerals there. Oh, MaxPax gets a bit ahead of himself. MaxPax has been famous lately for just aggressively multitasking with these Stalkers. But definitely that turned against him with 8 Stalkers going down. Oof, just went for a little bit too much with it. It's a fine line between winning the game with the 4-gate, putting yourself in a massive advantage, and throwing the game away by just going a little bit too deep there. And for him, that was, of course, just a little bit too deep. He's going to be going to 8 gateways. That's 8 gateways in total there for MaxPax. You can see them all selected in the bottom right. We've got Immortals, Charge Lots. He's got 2 Sentries, plus some Stalkers, plus an Immortal. I mean, that's a pretty good defensive force. Scary thing is ByuN's playing like Cure. He's got a bunch of tanks, 3 tanks, 5 Marauders, big pack of Marines, a Raven. He's pumping medevacs 2 at a time. And he's got a 3rd command center, so he's not all in. He also killed the Observer. The Raven did have to drop a lot of auto turrets, but man, the auto turrets do crazy damage. That's what you got to be worried about. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, run! Okay, Zealot's going to be dropping in the main base. Raven's hanging out, trying to threaten this. Stalkers are picking off some units in the middle. I feel like if he gets 1 or 2 more rounds of Zealots, this might be a little too early for ByuN. That army just doesn't seem very big. And I think ByuN's very wise to pull back there. Because he only loses 3 SCVs, right? So it's not too bad the damage he takes. Yeah, there's a Zealot in his natural as well. But look at that. The tanks are there. He's trying to get MaxPax to stumble into him. MaxPax has only lost one more Stalker since the earlier kerfuddle. He's got one observer. Where is it? It's on the bottom. So he's watching for the drop there. But right now, MaxPax is like, where are you? And ByuN's like, come on, man. Come out here and throw some scouts out. Try to find me and lose those units. He's trying to build up more and more stuff. Third command center is going to float out. 53 workers to 60. MaxPax has got Colossus on the way. What I love about MaxPax is he'll play a heavy Zealot style and smoothly work his way to Colossus during it. He's never like super overcommitted to just one direction. Ooh, the Missile Turret does damage this a little bit, but a couple more Zealots in the main base. And those Zealots going to go after these SCVs, pick off at least a few of them. Feels like ByuN was pretty far out. Looks like he grabbed his whole army to move out, and got to start to ask ourselves, hey mate, maybe leave a few Marines and Marauders in the main. Let's drop a Zealot on that right side as well, just to see if there's any units coming in to trap him. Maybe a Viking coming in from behind or something like that. Oh, he's leaving it on the edge. It's a little dangerous. Careful, MaxPax. Run! No, don't do that. Oh, wait, is he going to actually get it? Oh, he's really committed. Oh, my God. Okay, that's a lot of Zealots, guys. But that's actually a massive ByuN nearby. That's hopefully opening up a chance for him to do damage on the front. But this is a bad fight for MaxPax. He's attacking around a corner. He did not expect ByuN to be set up so far forward. He thought he'd be more in the open. But ByuN, by being up forward on that corner, the terrain worked for him. And that was a terrible fight for MaxPax. He's just got his Colossus out, but he basically just got a bit too excited and jammed it in there a bit too early, and that's going to cost him probably this game. The Colossus are good units. He's got some force fields and some Immortals. Force fields. Another force field could be good. He actually gets a few of these units. Not too bad. And actually, ByuN is the one overextending now. Where's his bio? It was way behind. ByuN loses a tank there. Good pullbacks by Maxi. And unfortunately, those Vikings are what's going to cause him the most trouble. 2 Vikings there. Stalkers need to focus those Vikings down. He gets one. Can he get the second one in time? Oh, just barely. The Colossus is on 2 hit points right now. And you know ByuN is absolutely thirsty as all hell for that. This front 4th base got taken. So MaxPax is saying, I want to control the map. I want to beat you on the front. Otherwise, I'd expand further away. But the further away bases are harder to defend from drops. Problem, ByuN's got a position on the front. So he's kind of messed up here. Luckily for him, there's only 1 tank. So the Colossus can even fight that tank, to be honest. But once the Liberators do that, MaxPax has to just pull back, give up that base for now, keep doing Zealot run bys, and try to find something else to work. Second Engineering Bay and Armory are on the way, telling us ByuN does want to go double upgrades, but still no 4th Command Center for him, and he's going to take quite a few SCVs of losses. The probes go back to mining, not a good call. MaxPax, put it in your pants, mate. Oh, he's going to go for the fight. He's already queued back to mining. He's losing unnecessary probes here, but look at the Sanger. Comes in with a delicious sandwich. He says nothing like some Terran salami on this Protoss bread. ByuN not too happy with that fight, losing all of his siege units. He's got 2 more Liberators that have come out. I don't know if he's going to use those defensively or to do some harassment. A Dark Shrine came in the midst of this, but ByuN sees it. I think the Missile Turret barely got vision there. The 4th base up, MaxPax is good, but he lost 8 probes, so units lost tab. He's way behind because of those earlier fights, and there is a Widow Mine there. I'd like to see MaxPax deal with that. Oh my God, ByuN's just going to go for it. MaxPax was not expecting this. ByuN, his Widow Mine gives him the confidence to just click on a Colossus. I don't know if it was worth it, to be fair. He lost quite a bit of bio, but that's not bad, man. Getting a Colossus is never bad. There's only 1 Immortal left in this game, plus 2 attacks on the way versus 2-2 starting for Terran, and there is Liberator Siege on each base. So ByuN's like, okay, you're going to keep backstabbing. I need Liberators on each base to slowly clean up those Zealots for free. And I would imagine a 4th Command Center is next on the list. I think that's what Drilly Boy Command Center Man. That's your job. Build! He's got the money, so I'm sure he'll build it soon. Ghosts are starting up. MaxPax, I feel like with the 5th base coming up, should be in a superior position, but it's only 69 workers. And the upgrades, I don't know. Yeah, this is still kind of awkward. 3rd Colossus out, 4th Colossus on the way. There's only 4 Vikings right now, but more are starting. And that Prism goes in, but a Prism in isolation doesn't get that much done. Takes out maybe 1 SCV and pretty much nothing else. MaxPax is going for +3 attack, and a 4th Colossus is almost out, but for me, I'm questioning what the next step is. Where's the 2nd Robo or the 2nd Forge? I think that mid-game Dark Shrine really didn't pay off for him, and if that was invested in, if there was an armor upgrade halfway done or a 2nd Disruptor building, either of those could be amazing. He's starting Disruptors only now. 6 Vikings are out. There's very few Stalkers. MaxPax needs a few more. Ideally, you want to one-shot these Vikings. So he's got 7 Stalkers. I believe it takes 8 to one-shot them, though maybe +2 makes it a little bit easier. Here comes ByuN. Nice bio movement. Oh, gotta watch out with those probes. Oh my god, Widowmine firing up on the high ground. The Colossus taking some big damage, but so is the bio. He's got a battery overcharge right now, man. He doesn't seem to have... He's got energy. He's got energy. Gotta be careful. You don't want to lose any of these Colossus to these Vikings. On the other hand, ByuN's got to be careful too, mate. Oh, battery overcharge does go down. Stalkers are picking off a few of those Vikings. Disruptor shot lands in a pretty juicy way. And he's moving around this side as MaxPax, but moving his army around a corner. Always a little bit awkward. 1 Colossus will fall. That's okay. 3 Colossus still stand. There's no Vikings left on this side of the map. 2-2 is about to finish, but after all that fighting goes on. So pretty good for MaxPax to trade at that stage. Unfortunately for him, once again, his probe count takes a little bit of a mini reset. Does take out that Widowmine, though. Like to see him continue to be active with Zealot run-bys, but those Liberators seem to have disincentivized that and scared him off it. MaxPax has an Observer there. The drop gets spotted. Doom drop, Doom drop, Doom drop. MaxPax is going to need to warp in Stalkers in that main base right now. Or do a big recall. He's got to be careful not to recall the whole army. Those Stalkers are going to blink up to the high ground. It looks like he doesn't want to use the recall. Pretty good army split, I got to say. I think he's doing a really good job of splitting his army. He anticipated this movement very well. He knows that ByuN's an expert player. He's not going to be Doom dropping the main while doing nothing else at the same time. And yeah, looks like he's just going to get pushed out of this main. Big Disruptor shot comes in. ByuN's got to leave, dude. Almost loses a drop. Oh! Oh no, ByuN! He didn't click back. The Zealot backstab distracted him. He loaded up and then didn't click away. He misclicked. Loses a full medevac and an empty medevac that both should have escaped there. Oh! Absolutely brutal, man. 4th command center is building, but oh, so late, dude. This guy's like, Foreman didn't tell me to do it. And he's like, what? Didn't you know it was in your duties? He's like, yeah, got to site though. He didn't tell me what to do. But what do you know? Finally, he's building that 4th command center, but now ByuN is way behind on that. He can't afford his 3-3. He's finally mining off these gases. He's just transferred onto those on his 3rd. But you can imagine his income's dropping because he's losing all of his mineral patches on his main and his natural are completely running out. So having only 1 mineral line open at 16 minutes is terrible. Zealots come in from both sides. MaxPax removes probes from this middle base. But you know, having this middle base up here seems to actually have been working okay for him. Oh, the Vikings though! 8 Vikings, 2-shot a Colossus. The Disruptor's got to be careful, mate. And he's going to keep back the bio for now. There's not much medevac juice left. Only 4 medevac, so he stims again. But half of these Marauders are on half-life. But if you get rid of the Colossus, doesn't even matter. MaxPax is pooping his pants a little bit in fear. He realizes it's kind of scary to fight this without the Colossus. On the other hand, he should realize it's only the dregs of a bio army. It's not that much anymore. ByuN's outnumbered, getting a Nexus and 6 probes. If he saves even half of these units, he should count himself lucky, I would say. He's going to try and pick up and get out of it. He actually turns to fight. MaxPax runs away, maybe giving ByuN a little bit more respect than he deserves. ByuN is up in army supply right now. He's also got more add-ons building. 1 reactor, 2 tech labs. A few Widow Mines down here that he's going to be using to help join the fray. Dark Templar are coming in. No DT blink made this game. Turrets are still around though, and ByuN has sharp eyeballs. He spots the shimmer and he says, nope, 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 no. Scans it, shuts it down. MaxPax wants to control the center of Gressven to make it much harder for ByuN to drop the flanks. And having that center base gives him a forward battery overcharge, which is nice, but unfortunately 2 of his disruptors stumble into ByuN's army and get taken out before the fight even begins, forcing MaxPax, who's only on single robo, to disengage. Man, he was up to like 6 disruptors, and now he's got to kind of rebuild that count. He's still got 4, but I'm like, where's the second robo, mate? He's got a second forge up that he hasn't been... Actually, no, that's still only a single forge. 3-1 versus 2-2. I'd love to see MaxPax continue those upgrades. A lot of movement on this map, making things very awkward, but more pylons, more zealots, more spotting units, and ByuN has limped his way to a new 4th base. That's going to raise his income closer to 2,000 minerals, but man, even his 3rd is almost out. So definitely think ByuN was pretty committed to his earlier pushes. Those not working out means he's falling further and further behind. A couple Marauders and a Ghost get clipped by a Disruptor. And when I say clipped, it's much like getting clipped by the main cannon, the main gun on a tank. In real life, if you're in a war zone and you get clipped by the main gun on the tank, yeah, it's still going to take you, you know, it's like, oh, it just clipped the side of my head. That side of your head is going to be missing, man. I'm pretty sure just bloody the force of it whizzing right by is probably going to like rupture your bloody face open. I don't know how physics works. I'm just making things up. Point being, guys, you get clipped by a disruptor, it's pretty bad. It's like getting clipped by one of the biggest pieces of artillery in the entire game. It's not good. One of those old World War I pieces of artillery that they had to build special train tracks to move around. It's like getting hit by one of those. You're like, that's a 12-ton shell that it clipped me. Anyways, I think ByuN's done a good job getting a good army, but he's got to be very careful. He basically needs perfect micro, and he's got to just try and like draw MaxPax into a bad position. ByuN YOLOs it and actually gets rid of a bunch of the disruptors. Oh my god, ByuN's a savage. The Zealots are going in for a big backstab on the north, Dark Templar on the south. ByuN, mad dogging it. Second Robo's on the way. I'd love to see a third Robo. MaxPax has such a big economic advantage. If he takes a few more gases and goes 3 Robo, he can really turn this into a massive advantage. Or not a massive advantage, but it's a massive piece of insurance. You lose a few disruptors, that's fine. Triple Robo disruptor, you chrono them, you can get out 6 disruptors in 50 seconds with 3 Robos. It's such a good ability to stop any counter push, and it covers up your mistakes. MaxPax is such a good player. He's like, I don't prepare for mistakes. I play perfect. And I'm like, it's TVP versus ByuN. Please, MaxPax, you're close to 2-0ing him and getting further in this tournament. It'd be a huge victory. ByuN was one of the favorites to win today's tournament. Taking him out in the semifinals would be huge. You already 2-0'd Hero today, so why the heck not? Let's go! Zealot Stalker coming in from multiple sides. Disruptor's going to throw a bowl out from behind. The buyer runs away, though. They know what the big orange boy means, and they say, yep, that there is a man that wants to do the old teabag maneuver. And you do not want to present yourself as a little teacup, as a little saucer, as they say in the olden days. Disruptors need to get out of there. That army's scary, man. The double disruptor is building, but there's only 2 of them out. Dude, if ByuN wins this game, I would be absolutely shocked, but not, because Zealots doesn't beat that army. Zealots does not beat that army. He's only got 2 disruptors. MaxPax has been so good with his Zealot run-bys. He's killed the 3rd. He's down there on top of the production of the barracks out front. The Stalkers are going to blink forward. A lot more Zealots coming in from the north as well. He's trying to go for a big surrounding engage. I mean, ByuN might just wear himself out with Stim. That disruptor forcing the Stimmed bio back is in of itself massive. A couple of snipes go down on the Zealots. That Nexus goes down, but MaxPax has got Nexuses surrounding his opponent's army. I mean, this is the point where you've got income to spare. I really do feel the gases are needed. He's got the gases, but he still doesn't have that 3rd Robo. It's clearly just not part of his playbook. And I gotta say, that how many disruptors have gone down and how dicey that's made this, that could be a losing thing. Oh my god, ByuN gets a bunch more disruptors, but he has to stutter step into Zealots to do it, which is never great. A disruptor shot does take out 3 Marauders there. Oh my god, I mean, the fact is that ByuN's maintaining a similar army supply lead. He's got 3-2 versus 3-1, +2 armor's finally coming in. But you add some EMPs, you add the low armor upgrades versus the +3 attack. ByuN's army slaughters against these units, especially when they get EMP'd. MaxPax has just lost 2 Nexi. His income's not that great. It's still ahead, of course. But he's really got to knuckle down on this. And I mean, Colossus is actually what he needs. He's got 4 disruptors up, soon to be 5. He's building observers as well, realizing being blind on this map is really hurting him. I like that he shuffled this observer forward finally, realizing having an observer sitting right on his base is not that effective. ByuN! What is wrong? Okay, seriously, guys. ByuN's wrists might be broken, but someone give this man a side gig as an eagle. Because this man could spot a mouse in a field from fucking 5 kilometers in the air. Jeeves. Sorry, apologies for me French there, guys. Just very impressed by how good he's been at spotting every invisible unit that's moved near his army this game. He's instantly caught it and scanned it. Disruptor does take out a few units, but he's going to lose these balls. Unfortunately, MaxPax is having what we call old man problems. That's where certain things are left hanging out. Didn't have to deal with it when you're younger, but as you get older, it's just something you got to get used to. Oh! Good spready at the last second. The disruptor shot's still effective. Another one takes out 2 Widowmines. ByuN's trying to trap this army. MaxPax will not give it to him. But MaxPax, I think, he's got to be a little frustrated with just how hard ByuN is fighting. ByuN's been dead economically for so long, but he's a dead man that refuses to die. I mean, this is the scariest zombie Terran ever. You put him down, he gets back up. He didn't even get bit. You kill him once, he gets back up again. This man has 9 lives. They call him the feline Terran, because not only is he feline up your economy and dropping his marauders onto your balls, but he's also like a cat with 9 lives. Oh, good spready at the last second. That was such a hard spread to pull off. He did still take big damage, though, and the Zealots on the backstab. ByuN needs to force the fight, and his medevacs are out of juice. That's the big problem, guys. His units are double-stimmed, and his medevacs are almost completely dry. He's got 2 fresher medevacs coming up, but look, his rally's getting overwhelmed. And these disruptors can just buy time for days. MaxPax economy is getting heavily bruised, but he's got a Colossus out now. 2 more building. And these disruptors, every time you force him to stim, but not actually stand and fight with your army, it's a problem. Yes, ByuN gets another Nexus, but he's losing everything at home. These Zealots take out almost all the workers. Down to 17 workers is Mr. ByuN. We call him ByuNstoppable for a reason, but it seems like even here, the immovable force is being stopped simply because MaxPax is, of course, a big old brick wall, man. He's a big old brick wall, and ByuN's slapping it, he's kicking it, he's punching it. And as impressive as it is to watch someone punch a brick wall, at the end of the day, the knuckles are going to take a little bit more damage than the bricks. Ooh, disruptor shots being dodged once again, but battery overcharge, mass Colossus, Zealot, and ByuN is like, oh man, I need to force a fight, but I cannot attack now. There's Colossus, I can't afford a Vikings. I'm building almost only pure Marines because I don't have gas. I can't even build more Marauders, which means he's super vulnerable to the Colossus. MaxPax seems to finally be checkmating him. ByuN's doing a great job of looking unkillable, man. I'm thinking of that game on versus Hero. I believe it was on this map pool, but when the map pool was new, so I didn't know the maps very well. Or maybe it was actually on one of the TLMC maps that didn't make it into the pool, actually. But there was that map, maybe it was Royal Blood, where Hero got such a good position, and ByuN just refused to give up and just kept fighting. And he was on like half the worker count for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. He just would not die. And then he actually came back and won the game. This kind of feels like that, except right at the moment where MaxPax could have crumbled, he stayed calm, he stayed determined. The army's splitting very nicely for ByuN, but it still means the Colossus are consistently getting shots off. And the way he pulls back and lets his shields regenerate, exhausts the stim buyer. MaxPax is saying, this is a marathon, this is not a sprint, mate. And you keep on stimming like this, your army's going to go down. He's very low on Zealots right now, but ByuN is obviously getting scared backwards. The Zealots find a drop up there. Ah, he misclicked it. ByuN very afraid of this big army here. Widowmine will get a boom boom. Takes out 2 Stalkers, which is, of course, a very good Widowmine. Did he just kill his own Colossus? MaxPax just panicked and clicked on his own Colossus and then threw a Disruptor and killed a Widowmine. But MaxPax, deep breaths, mate. I'm going to ask him after this game. I'm sure he's going to say I was panicking. What the hell? I thought I had that game, and then I thought I threw it. I bet he says something about throwing. Oh, damn it. Throw the Disruptor, throw the Disruptor. One more ball could stop this DTs. Don't know if there's any scans available. How is the supply still so far ahead? And actually, wait. Has MaxPax lost this game, guys? Did killing his Colossus lose this game? He's down so much and his income's dropping. He's only got that base and that base. No. No. This is not fair. This is... No. No. Guys, there's no new mining bases, only this one. MaxPax needs a new base and he just cannot secure it. ByuN will not let the Disruptors hit. The 10 medevacs are just there. He's doing such a good job of fighting exactly how he needs to. He catches a pack of Zealots. This is disgusting. ByuN refusing to die. He's making Terran look straight broken. He's chucking a Maru. That's Maru's job, is making Terran look broken. Cyril's job is making Zerg look broken. Hero for Protoss. ByuN comes in and says, hold my beer. I'm going to make Terran look broken like I did in 2016. And he is going to make a miraculous comeback versus MaxPax. Now, MaxPax comes in with another Zealot run by. The problem is he's predictably doing this and they're not getting any efficiency. Every single one is a terrible trade for MaxPax. Look at the units lost tab. 20,000 resources difference. ByuN is simply outplaying MaxPax in this stage of the game, and I feel like this is kind of wild. It's rare to see someone do this, and I think MaxPax is so used to being able to win with the moves he's done this game, and ByuN is doggedly stopping him. Stuffing takedown after takedown and just kind of saying, no, dodge, split, turn and shoot, dodge, split. The combination of that with shutting down so many of these backstabs and every now and then pouncing in and killing the Disruptors has been game-changing. What I really want to see MaxPax do is get that Disruptor count to 10. There's no answer to it. It is just mass fire. And stop throwing Zealots away in backstabs is the other thing. He's got to make that adjustment. He's got a few observers out there. ByuN's been amazing at scanning down the DTs and the observers. And I actually think with the Zealot backstabs, he basically needs to just hide them on the map and then only send them in. Clearing Widowmine's good move. Only send them in to the main and natural when ByuN's on his side of the map. But wait with them. Notice ByuN's waiting for MaxPax to throw away units. And MaxPax has now learnt and he's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Oh my god, a single Marine being a big bag of dicks there. Probes only do 5 damage. It's a 3 armor Marine with that upgrade, so you only take 2 damage a hit. It would take 22, 23 hits to kill it. Zealot says it's alright, I got +3, buddy. I'll take him out. Army in the top, army in the bottom, time to split. Okay, how is MaxPax going to split his army? You can see he's umming and ahhing a little bit. He's not sure how he wants to split his army. So he's going to just leave the disruptors and cannons on the bottom, which I think with 3 cannons is acceptable. He's still, yeah, his army is too small to split it up too much, though. He's got to be very cautious. His observer there does see the army of ByuN on the left side. MaxPax can't get another Nexus. Yeah, I think MaxPax is, ByuN's actually got a winning economy, guys. I believe he has a winning economy. Not for sure, but oh my god, he's going to get pounced on. The Stalkers need to focus the medevacs, though. And where are the disruptors? They're not here. He pounces and takes out some bio, but oh, I don't know, man. The disruptors are going to try and join up a little bit. He splits the bio again. That observer's doing the Lord's work. ByuN's eyeballs fail him for the first time in this game. Either that or he doesn't have any scan energy. No, he's got scan. So he doesn't see these 2 observers, and they're very important for MaxPax. MaxPax Dark Templar. That one gets spotted instantly, though. If it has a Psy Blade, then, or a Warp Blade, whatever it's called, then he sees it straight away. Oh, man. MaxPax had this game in the bag, guys. But 20,000 resources less efficiency is just, it's too much. Just shows how good ByuN is at using the big wide open architecture on this map to spread, spread, spread. Why doesn't MaxPax like Storm? Good question from the Twitch chat. Storm is a pretty unreliable piece of splash damage. It's best against lots of Vikings, Liberators, the air units because it does air splash. Oh, the Colossus in the open butt. That's a bit of a bait. Oh, ByuN actually gets baited. He gets a Colossus, but he does lose a lot of bio there. Definitely a good trade for MaxPax, who... Oh my god, MaxPax, he's got to pull back now. His balls are almost exhausted. Oh, he blinks forward. The Mad Dog. But he's just got to wait for his balls to refill right now. Great trades for MaxPax there. Closes that gap by a couple hundred maybe. But, oh my god, the army's splitting. The army's splitting. MaxPax is like, okay, I need to deal with it. Oh, ByuN dodges. Oh my god, the probes are in the open. The Colossus! No! Okay, MaxPax realizes he's got to pull these probes back, though. He can't keep long-distance mining from that, mate. He's got to be careful. Oh, ByuN takes a big ball to the face. ByuN is dancing right on the edge of MaxPax's territory, which is giving him, that is MaxPax, better targets. You know, he can tee off on him a little bit. ByuN's coming into the striking distance of MaxPax, and it's hard to dodge balls on both sides, but the problem is those orbitals can keep lifting out and dropping mules, and that's always going to favor ByuN in the long run. When you're both on similar work accounts, he's just going to mine more. Whenever he is dropping mules, his income's better, and especially because this base is now mining out. You got no minerals left on any other base. I mean, MaxPax, he's going to have to secure a new one. It's crazy because this game should not look like this, guys. So why does TVP never look like this? Is MaxPax bad? No. What's happened is something very simple. It's called ByuN has... Wait, what was the game? Do you guys remember the movie Shoot 'em Up? He is the main character from Shoot 'em Up. He is eating carrots to improve his eyesight while he spots clues to solve crimes. And he's also doing insane action sequences while apparently doing romance love scenes at the same time. Like, I'm talking that level of next level. The amount of DTs he's shut down. Now, this is a bit of a mistake by MaxPax. He overcommitted there. He's got to pounce somewhere else to take advantage of it. His balls are sticking out. Careful. Good ball shot. Good Stalker blink. He's got to be a bit more aggressive and punish ByuN for splitting the army, but he can't quite find a way to do it. So another Stalker does go down. So anyway, the thing is, this sort of game, there should be Dark Templar constantly hitting the production, constantly hitting him, but the Zealots and DTs just can't get in and do damage. They can't really disrupt ByuN because he's been so good at splitting his army. And even in scenarios like this, he's literally just fighting MaxPax with like a quarter of his army. And he's happy to do it. He's like, well, maybe not a quarter, maybe a third or a half. And that is what's so insane, is because this sort of game, Terran's meant to die to random Dark Templar, strolling in and ruining your day. It's not happening. And it's not happening because ByuN's eyeballs are so good. He catches every Dark Templar. He catches all the Zealot runbys. He cleans it up. And he's just calmly, patiently playing a crazy game of StarCraft. 450 average APM for him, 400 for MaxPax. ByuN is a beast in this matchup. Dark Templar runs in. It's going to blink in away from the turrets, try to get some production damage. Or maybe try to just hide, but nice job dealing with that. And ByuN keeps cleaning up the Zealots and the Observers on the map now. And here we go, going to blink forward. MaxPax, I wouldn't mind him continuing to chase, but he's just so worried about that flank coming in from the right, and understandably so. Watch ByuN scan this Observer and bloody take it out. And then MaxPax is now down 60 army supply. This has been, you know, MaxPax has gotten much better with the fights, I would say. He's still losing though. It's up to 22,000 units lost now. Was that another Observer or Dark Templar that just went down? Yeah, that was the Observer. He got the Observer. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Observers are not invisible versus ByuN. MaxPax was... He basically won this game, but he's going to be broken. And you know ByuN's just going to cheese him out in game 3 now. I think he's broken mentally at this point. He was playing so good for so long. But I feel like I almost cursed it by talking about, hey, he's not built 3 robos. That's a big mistake. He's going to get surrounded. Bio army stimming in from all sides. Careful, get out of there. Run, MaxPax, run. He's got to either clump and recall or just get out right now. It's clump or recall or fight. He's got to get to this choke point. He's got to pull back to the choke point. He left his ball sticking out though. MaxPax gets surrounded. ByuN comes in with a 3-angled surround, and what an absolute sicko. GG, well played. All right, guys. A crazy game 2 comeback, and we got to find out, is MaxPax mentally broken? Is he crushed? Because I would be. MaxPax in the top right, bottom left of Ancient Cistern. Pretty good map for Protoss. It's really hard for Terran pushers to get across, and it's great for 4-gate blink. ByuN in the bottom left, there's such a big main base, you can just move around with those Stalkers. Most Terran players on this map build a wall of structures like here, and they put the siege tanks behind it, so that the Stalkers can't really get in there. But MaxPax being annoying with his probe for now, just kind of chilling on out. Looks like a pretty standard opening. He's actually got 1 worker off gas. No, that's standard. And he does go Cybercore for second pylon and a rock-solid standard opening for MaxPax. Now, I might be more impressed if MaxPax comes back from here than if ByuN, ByuN seals the deal. It's like, okay, cool, dude. I mean, you just took your opponent's soul in the last game. You're expected to win here. But if MaxPax can show the ability to recover after such a disastrous turnaround, I mean, that was his game to lose at many opportunities. And he just could not do it. He just could not get on top of it. But he's going to go a bit saucy in this game. Is that proxy Stargate? No. It can't be because he's making Warp Gate, chronoing a Stalker. So he's going to be going for a proxy gateway. This is the 3-gate opening, unlike the old parting opening where you'd go 18 Nexus. Oh! The Reaper has longer sight range than the Adept Shade, guys. So he gets in, waits for the Adept to leave. Cute move by ByuN. I'll finish that analysis in a little bit because that was a slick move. He knew exactly where to stand so that he could pretend that he didn't build a Reaper. MaxPax Shade goes past and slips on by. Very well played. 3rd command set of Mega Greed build for ByuN. So ByuN, if he sees this gateway in the back, that's a 3rd gateway, guys. We've got a gateway on the front, a 3rd gateway in the back. If ByuN sees that, he's going to shut this down. He'll build bunkers immediately on the low ground and just turtle up here. He's going to go 2nd and probably, 3rd barracks. This is only a 1 gas build. It's a 3 barracks follow-up. So really, your goal here as MaxPax is you cannot let him scout. You're disguising this. Notice he's constantly building probes. He took 2 gases. He's made this game look completely normal. When the Reaper came in, it saw workers mining that gas, even though he didn't see the assimilator itself. This has been excellent hiding and disguising in the build. So normally, Parting's build, he's warping in at 3:18 with 3 Adepts. With this build, it's about 15, 20, sometimes 30 seconds later. Let's see how crisp it is. Warp gate's there. The gateways are transforming. It's going to be at least 20 seconds later on this warp in. But there we go. He starts warping in, yeah, right about 20 seconds later. One of those Stalkers about 23 seconds later. Not too big of a delay. If you can catch these Marines out here, that's big. Stalkers show themselves. The Adepts going in with it as well. The Stalkers and the Adepts going to shove on in here. This is a perfect build. This might just kill ByuN. ByuN quickly gets out of there, gets back to the high ground. That is fantastic. Ooh, really nice play here by ByuN to just not die, but not dying is not enough. He needs more. And look at that, focuses down one of the Marines. An SCV goes down, as does another one. The Stalkers here are going to keep poking this ramp. That Reaper gets F2'd back. Mistake for ByuN. He is in panic right now. And the thing is, he can't just accept being contained. He cannot accept being contained. He's making concussive. He's swapping to Marauders. Oh, he gets a Stalker. Good fight there. But 3 more SCVs go down for it. I think SCVs right now is what he needs to trade. If I were him, I might consider pulling all my SCVs, not all, but like 10 with concussive, just to take control of the position, buy time, chase him back, maybe all the way to the proxy until you get a bunker built, and then quickly fall back to the bunker and try to hang on from there. But with Blink already on the way behind it, MaxPax is up 12 probes as well. Even though there's triple orbital dropping mules, oh, ByuN's getting a few of these Stalkers. If he can get one more, that would be huge. But nice pullback by MaxPax, focusing down these weak units. Can he get that SCV as well? He should be able to. Yeah, he's going to chase him all the way back up the ramp. Can he get a Marine? Nice, gets a Marine as well. Only 1 Marauder died so far. 3 Stalkers did. I mean, it's decent micro considering what's happening for ByuN. but this is just not the build he expected. He needed to scout this earlier. If he kept his Reaper alive and was backstabbing right now, forcing some warp-ins at home, that would be massive. But ByuN doesn't have a lot of room for errors, like pulling that Reaper back to its death. Not in this scenario. I think he's going to have to pull those SCVs and just go for it. Stim's on the way, but the Adepts are here as well. That is a lot of Stalkers and Adepts. ByuN needs to get a bunker up somehow, but he just can't. He's trying to fight with the raw numbers, but the Stalker micro has been fantastic. MaxPax just going to back up. Now, that's interesting. There's no Stim, but I like it because Blink's almost done. Why throw away your Stalkers just before Blink's ready? He's like, dude, the bunker's not going to be up for ages. Blink now kicks in, and oh my god, that's a disaster for ByuN. Look at this, he just blinks back the weak Stalkers. The Marauders are still there, but I like the way he's like shuffling back these low hit point Stalkers so they can't get focused too easily. You don't want to let them go die. 2 Stalkers do go down. That one blinks back. That one's trying to pull back. The Marauders want it. They do get the finish on it, but they pay with every single unit. And MaxPax with a decisive proxy gateway opening hides it perfectly. That's a bit of a gamble in the final game, but hats off to him for managing to stay calm and execute a build perfectly after what was one of the sickest comebacks of all time for ByuN in Game 2.